Welcome to Agents of Nothing, an episode-by-episode recap and analysis from the perspectives of a veteran and a new recruit. And now, a quick word from our sponsors. Good morning, Agents of Nothing, and welcome to our Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. podcast. We are your commanding officers. I'm Mariah.
And I'm Caroline.
And today we're going to be talking about Season 3, Episode 9, Closure.
Yeah. So, Mariah, how was your week?
It was good. I learned a couple new crochet stitches, which I'm really proud of myself for.
Ooh.
I didn't have to have someone walk me through it. I, watched a YouTube video and taught myself, and I'm look at me go!
That's awesome. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. How was your week?
It was good. I went to a friend's going away party last night, so that was really fun. And they they're in, I didn't know that this existed, but they're in the dance scene in Austin. So they do a lot of just recreational fusion dance, and they there's this group that puts on events, and they teach people at different restaurants and stuff, and so there was a ton of dancers at this party, and they taught me how to dance. So
cool.
I got to dance. They danced to All Too Well 10-minute version. Because this is the friend that I turned into a Swiftie by making him listen to that song. And then he was like, yeah, and then I listened to it at least 40 times after that. And I was like, that's 400 minutes of All Too Well. So it was pretty
the best
fun.
way to spend 400 minutes.
It apparently is a good song to dance fusion to. So, cool.
Interesting. That
cool,
is cool.
Fun fact.
All right, you want to get into it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so this episode was written by Brent Fletcher and directed by Kate Woods.
All right.
We got a female director. I love
Hell
it.
yeah.
So do we meet anyone new?
No, there are no new characters. I was going to try to think of some combination of words, such as Nunya, for that, but all I can think of is Nunca, and I don't think that works. So
Nunca.
Just no new characters. So, Coulson... Oh, this is going to make me sad now.
Yeah.
Coulson and Rosalind are finally having their burger date at her house. I mean, burgers and wine, though? I don't know about that. But
yeah.
Love that
what
they're
wine
still together.
pairs good with burgers?
I'm sure there's wine that pairs with pizza. I'm sure you can find something. I don't know.
I'm gonna look it up, but I don't like wine, so
yeah.
It doesn't taste good and it gives me a headache. Sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, so we love that they're still together, and love that she told Banks about her and Coulson's relationship. She told her bestie.
It's so cute that they're besties.
Yeah.
So when Rosalind discovers that Coulson is unacquainted with online dating methods, she calls him a Luddite. The Luddites were early 19th century English laborers who opposed the Industrial Revolution and the advent of factory technology that eliminated their jobs.
So, Amish.
Sort of.
Interesting.
But I loved this quote that was like, you know I have a flying car, right? Yeah, it's from the 60s.
Get him, Roz. So, they discuss the next steps in taking down Malik when suddenly Roz gets shot through the fucking window. God damn it, Ward! I hate him. I hate him so much. I hate him. I hate this.
The gasp, I gasped.
You gasped.
Every time I see this, it takes me by surprise. Because I never expect it to be coming.
I was literally in shock. The noise that I made, I don't know how to describe it. It was not, I didn't like that at all. Poor Coulson. He had finally found love again. And I am so sick of this human shit stain. Would someone push him off a building, please?
Yeah. Someone push him out that fucking window.
So fucking Ward calls Coulson and lets him know that Malik's goal is to open the portal again, and then sends several Hydra agents to break into Rosalind's house to kill Coulson. But obviously Coulson can't die. Coulson beats off 7, I counted them, 7 Hydra agents single-handedly.
With a homemade flashbang. Nice.
Hell yeah. He's so smart. I love him. He fights them off single-handedly before Mac finds him in the getaway car. I would sing it, but it seems inappropriate because Rosalind is dead. So
I sang it sadly.
How dare you? That was inappropriate. So Coulson arrives back at S.H.I.E.L.D. and finally starts to grieve after the initial shock. And that scene, I couldn't write any other notes about it because it was just pure emotion, and I don't have any.
It was hard to watch.
Yeah. Man. So, Coulson decides that he wants to interview the original bus kids to see if there's any weakness of Ward's that they could exploit that they may have missed so far. He zero-ins on how Ward seemed to desperately want to not only be accepted in the group, but be seen as a hero because he never had a community around him before.
How did you feel about the reveal that Simmons had a crush on Ward?
I didn't really feel anything about it. Because, I don't know, it wasn't something that I had, consciously thought before, but it made sense.
Okay.
Because, after he saved her, she did kind of, I don't know, she kind of looked at him differently for an episode or so. And so, I don't know, it made sense in my head.
Yeah.
So then they finally get to Ward and Daisy's relationship and what exactly Daisy fell for with Ward. She explains that because of their tumultuous childhoods, she was able to understand Ward in a way that none of the rest of them could. She had enough empathy and shared experience to understand how he could be influenced so easily by Garrett and taken in by Hydra. But when he killed Koenig to get to Daisy, she finally fully understood him. She realized that he doesn't kill because he feels nothing. He kills because he feels too much. And that's his weakness. So Mac brings Banks into the lab to meet Fitzsimmons. He confirms their suspicions that the NASA program was funded by Hydra. It was a private project funded by Gideon Malik himself.
That Malik.
Fucking Malik. Speaking of, Malik welcomes his hero, Ward, back to Hydra HQ, where he reprimands Ward for trying to kill Coulson, too, when the plan clearly called for Coulson to still be alive. Ward is always ruining shit for everyone.
For everyone.
Even his own team. Malik shows Ward the 5 mini monoliths. I don't know why. In my head, reading that, I was expecting the word smoothie to show up. I don't know.
Monolith smoothie.
I just surprised myself with the word monolith. Anyway, so it's the 5 mini monoliths that Hydra has collected or extracted from the main monolith over the centuries. And I thought that it was interesting that they were supposed to be, given to the leaders of Hydra. Each leader of Hydra was supposed to have one little mini monolith. Little monolith keychain.
I'm imagining the little glass case with the monolith on someone's mantle.
Yeah.
And wow, that's such an interesting centerpiece. It turns into liquid every now and then.
It's so cute that they all had a matching one. Oh, little best friends.
Besties. Besties for the resties.
So Malik warns Ward not to jeopardize everything that they've been working towards for centuries over something as petty as closure. Ward says it's fine for him to jeopardize everything because he knows Coulson better than Coulson knows himself. Ugh.
Sure. Okay, Ward.
Yeah, whatever.
You keep telling yourself that.
So Coulson bursts into the room with Hunter and Morse and immediately attacks Hunter for blowing his shot at killing Ward when he had the chance. Fucking finally!
Finally, someone held Hunter accountable.
I have been waiting for this! Hunter swears he would do anything for another chance at him. And Coulson said that's good because he has a plan and it's not going to be following the rules. Morse balks when Hunter says that he's in, but Coulson says they'll need her too because they need a pilot. Which, given her
May
skills,
is right there.
Yeah. I feel like to be like, no, we need you because we need a pilot it's a little insulting.
Maybe. Yeah.
Because, like, she's one of the best agents that they have. She and May, both the pilots, are the best agents they have. And he's like, no, I just need you to fly the plane. I don't know. Anyway.
It's sexism.
It is. Everything is. So, Coulson appoints Mac as interim director while he's gone because he's going to have to cross some lines that the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. shouldn't cross. Mac suggests that maybe Coulson shouldn't cross them then. Or maybe Mac should go ahead and go to the abandoned NASA facility with Fitzsimmons. But Coulson has made up his mind, and Fitzsimmons already left with Banks at Coulson's orders. Like 20 minutes ago, so you're too late. And fuck no, he's not telling Mac what the plan is. He just said the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. shouldn't know about it.
Yeah.
Now, okay, he did say interim, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure that I heard that correctly. Because May keeps being like, good job, director. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Well, he is interim director.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that I was understanding correctly. Anyway, so Banks and Fitzsimmons arrive at the abandoned NASA building with their S.H.I.E.L.D. guards in tow and begin looking for anything portal related. Simmons is questioning if they should be trying to open the thing that Hydra has been trying to open as well. Why are we doing the same thing as them? And should they be putting everyone's lives on Earth in danger just to save one person, even if that person is Will? Fitz says, yes, of course it's worth it. This argument was very odd to me, and it just kind of felt like they needed the conflict right before something happened. I don't know. Did it feel weird to you when you first watched it?
A little bit. I found it odd that, like, Fitz was the one that was like, no, we need to do this.
Yeah.
But I can kind of relate to that sort of argument happening, where it's like, why are you the one arguing for this? And it's because, I'm like, it's because you were so gung-ho about this, and you made me gung-ho about it, and now I can't be un-gung-ho at the drop of a hat.
I understand that, yes. I don't know, just like, and I can also see Simmons being like, wait, I wanted you to, like, agree with me on this, but now it feels like you agree too much, you know?
Yeah.
I can see that too, but it's, I don't know, just the timing of it was, I was like, okay, plot.
I'd be like, you're already here.
Yeah.
Like,
we're past that. We're past that at this point. Anyway, so, of course, something has to happen. So the telekinetic guy, and I went to the last episode to the script to look up the name, because you told me, and his name is Galliera. So, I feel like I put a little thing at the end there.
Galliera. It's like Guy Fieri.
Yeah.
I just said Guerra, I think.
Kiara. Oh, okay.
I'm white.
Well,
We're both white.
whatever. I met someone last night whose name was Haido, and I was trying very hard to say it correctly, and so I feel like it has now
It's in your brain
spilled
now.
over. So Guerrera shows up and he makes Banks's gun shoot everyone except for Fitzsimmons, who he then tells that Malik is waiting for them.
At least Mac wasn't with them.
Yeah, that was smart.
I'm like, oh, it's
Good
just
job,
some
writers.
side characters that died. Okay. They don't count.
And now I feel like Coulson making Mac interim director was the writers being like, wait, how can we make sure that Mac isn't there? So, back to Hunter and Coulson and Morse. Hunter says that he has an idea that may work to take Ward out. That may or may not involve robbing a bank and or horse racing. Coulson's face and Hunter's thing about the jockey and a lame horse or something was so funny. It was such a small little just a reaction, and I loved it so much.
Hunter, I can see why people like Hunter and are so shocked that I don't. Because, he does have really funny moments where he just, says something that's so fucking hyper-specific. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. It's fine. We've been through it. Everybody knows. He's fine.
Except when he's not.
Except when he's an asshole. If they weren't trying to force Morse and Hunter together on us, I feel like it would be a different story.
Yeah.
Anyway. So yeah, Coulson says Coulson says he's willing to do whatever it takes, including robbing a bank or a horse riding jockey. So Fitzsimmons are brought before Ward and Malik. They look at Ward first, but he says this was all Malik's idea. When Simmons reacts to them wanting her help, Malik says, "You never told me she was so feral." Disgusting.
Ew.
And then Ward says, "It's a new development." I want them to stop talking. Literally never even look at her again. It gave me such chills, and I also wanted to throw up. That was not fun.
Yeah.
So Simmons quickly guesses that Hydra must need her because they don't know how to get back through the portal. When Malik asks if they will reveal their secret, they all but spit in his face. And I wish they would have, but I'll take Fitz saying piss off any day. Ward suggests that they split them up to get the information that they need, which unfortunately is a good idea. Mac finds out that Fitzsimmons have been taken, and Daisy is immediately ready to get on the Zephyr and fly out for them. But Mac wants to play this smart. He calls Coulson for help. Coulson throws his phone at the news and the realization that Ward wanting them to come after them.
Damn. Coulson is off the wall this episode.
Truly. He is fully letting his emotions guide him. So Hunter asks if their plans are changing, but Coulson says it just means that the plan better work. And the plan is to rob a bank, but not of money, so it's fine. Coulson finds a guy working in the back office who says, "How did you find me?" And then he knocks him out. Which that was pretty funny. "How did you find me?"
And then Coulson with the boom.
Yeah.
One nice smack upside the head.
A good smack. So Simmons bravely faces Ward as he approaches her. He says he likes her new Furiosa vibe. Hated that.
Ew.
He says that while 6 months on another planet is probably what did it, he likes to think that him throwing her and Fitz to the bottom of the ocean got it started. Literally, go fuck yourself. Ugh.
Also, like, it's not new. She literally tried to kill you last season.
Yes. Like, why are you pretending like you've never seen this before? Anyway. So when he says that this interrogation could go one of two ways, Simmons says, do your worst. He says, if you'd only gotten to know me, you would know that I would never do anything to hurt you. Sorry, what was that you just said 10 seconds ago? You mean, like, other than attempted murder and dropping her to the bottom of the ocean, you wouldn't do anything to hurt her? Like, what? I would never do anything to hurt you. Other than all the things I have already done to hurt you.
Yeah.
Instead, Ward brings in Gaeta to do their worst. If that's not how you say it, I'm gonna... I feel pretentious, but...
It's okay. We'll pretend that's how you say it.
Yeah.
Regardless of if it is.
Yeah. So then Ward heads over to talk to Fitz. He calls Fitz's crush on Simmons sweet and pathetic. This was unnecessarily rude. We didn't need to go there. As Fitz hurls threats right back, Ward says that all Fitz has to do is tell him how Simmons got back, and this will all be over. Or they can just sit there and listen to Simmons' screams from down the hall.
I couldn't figure out where in the script this quote comes in, so I'm putting it here, even though it's the wrong place in the episode. But I'm wondering which is worse for you, the moments when Simmons screams, or is it the long pauses when she doesn't?
Oh,
I
God.
think about that line all the time. I don't know why it stuck with me so much.
It's chilling. It really is. And I find it, to go off of the chilling line for a sec,
Yeah.
it was interesting that, like, they think that it's this big, huge secret for, like, some method to get someone back from the other side, when really it was kind of an accident, and also just Fitz trying everything that he possibly could and then happening to throw a flare through and, like, go through at the right time where Simmons saw it. It wasn't some, like, big procedure. They just
It was an accident at first, and now, like, they're trying to do it on purpose, so, like, they do have the information for them, but they don't know that they have the information.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like...
And we'll talk about it later, but, like, that when they do go through, they already have, like, exit coordinates and a time. So, like, that I don't know why they needed one of them to go with them.
I think it's they had the exit coordinates and stuff because Fitz told them.
Oh, okay. But still, I don't see what... Anyway, we'll get to it.
Yeah.
So it turns out that the banker that Coulson kidnapped was Ward's little brother. I was not sure where this was going to go. Because does Ward even still care enough about his younger brother to save him? Who knows?
So Tyler Ritter plays Thomas Ward. I don't know if you know who, like, Jason Ritter is.
Oh, yeah. I thought he looked familiar.
Yeah, that's his younger brother, Tyler Ritter.
Whoa.
So Ritter's character, the younger brother of Grant Ward, previously appeared as a young boy through flashbacks in The Well and was portrayed by Micah Nelson.
Cool. I liked him. I liked that we finally, and we mentioned before that, like, we wanted to hear about The Well from Thomas's perspective, so I like that they did bring that back.
Yeah, for sure. It's vindicating that, like, Thomas was like, no, Ward is a fucked up motherfucker.
For sure. For sure. So Coulson calls Ward on Rosalind's phone and sends him a live stream proving that they have Thomas Ward and that Hunter is there and ready to kill him. And I guess Ward does care enough.
He cares, but finds a way to make it selfish at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so, like, how do you manage that?
Yeah. Anyway, so Coulson hangs up and Morse offers Thomas some water. They reassure him that no one there wants to have to hurt Thomas. They just need him to draw out Grant. Thomas understands this and asks them to just make sure that if this works, that they actually kill Grant. Thomas says Grant has a habit of doing terrible things and then lying to himself about them. We knew that.
We knew this.
He explains some of their childhood, how their dad had anger issues, their mom had her own trauma, and they both took out their frustrations on their kids. And while Thomas wasn't very close with Christian growing up, Grant was his best friend. Grant protected Thomas from their parents and from Christian, until he pushed him down the well. From that day on, Grant changed. He couldn't admit what he'd done, except to keep promising Thomas that no one would ever hurt him again. But since Grant burned their parents' house down at 17 with Christian inside, Thomas tried to keep his distance from Grant.
Understandably.
Pretty understandable. And a very important line from Thomas: just because you grew up surrounded by abusive monsters doesn't mean you have to become one.
Exactly.
Yes. Go to therapy. Figure your shit out.
At that point, like, I mean, I don't want to sound, like, crass or anything. Like, I know that people have their own shit and, like, everybody does things for their own reasons. But when you grow up surrounded by that kind of, like, abusive situation, it's almost your responsibility to not become an abusive person. Like,
yeah, to break that cycle.
Crass wasn't the word. Like, insensitive, I mean.
Yeah. Anyway, so Thomas also begs for them not to hand him over to Grant. But that was kind of the plan so far. Morse says that if they can just keep Ward on the phone long enough, they can trace his location. So Thomas offers to talk to him and keep him on the line. And luckily, Ward calls back right then. How fortuitous. Grant tells Thomas not to listen to anything that S.H.I.E.L.D. tells him because, quote, they're the bad guys.
You're literally torturing someone.
Like, what? I do find it interesting the way that he talks to Thomas, though, because that phrase is, like, what you would tell to a child that you're, like, trying to convince them to be on your side. Like, no, they're the bad guys. You don't listen to them. I'm coming. I'm going to save you. I'm the good guy. When, like, Thomas is an adult. He works at a bank.
He's got a big boy job.
Yeah, he's... But I felt like that was an interesting line to put in there, and just the way that Grant speaks to Thomas as though he's still his baby brother, you know?
Yeah.
So Thomas tells Grant that it wasn't their parents who kept Thomas hidden from him all this time. Thomas moved and changed his name so that Grant could never find him because of what Grant did to their parents and Christian. Grant says that sometimes you have to do bad things for the right reason. And yet, they're the bad guys. So Morse finally gets a location for the call, and Coulson ends it saying that they're on their way to destroy Ward right now. That seemed like such a great thing to say while Fitzsimmons are both still in danger, but okay.
Yeah, when that happened, I was like, why did you do that?
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
So stupid. Just hang up. So, anyway, Ward throws his phone and heads straight over to Simmons.
It's Ward's turn to throw the phone at the wall.
For real. There's lots of phone throwing in this episode.
Lots of phone throwing in this episode.
What's that line?
I threw my phone across the room at you.
Taylor Swift lyric for everything. Truly. I love that you knew exactly what I was going for. We're predictable.
We are. It's just because we know each other so well.
Yeah. Anyway, so Fitz struggles in his bonds as he hears Ward and Simmons both screaming from the other room. Talk about chilling. I hated that.
Yeah. That's when I'm like, God, why does Elizabeth Henstridge have to be such a good actress?
Right.
Just her screams. Just her screams. Imagine if we saw the torture.
Ugh. Ugh.
Like, how bad that would be.
Yeah.
Oh,
honestly,
I just discovered a cat scratch on my arm.
Oh.
I was playing with Tyler's roommate's cats last night.
Aw.
Sorry, continue.
It's okay. I was gonna say, I feel like it's almost worse to not see it, because then, like, your imagination just runs wild.
Yeah. For sure.
So, Coulson sees that the call was traced to England, where the castle was. I thought that the castle was in Edinburgh, but maybe
I can't remember.
I might be remembering wrong, but anyway.
Something was in Edinburgh, for sure.
Yeah. They're at the castle, so wherever it is. So Morse says goodbye to Thomas as they land to let him free, and she promises that they will dispatch a security detail to keep him safe, and they'll be in touch when his brother is dead. And she avoids his question about whether or not Hunter would have actually killed him. And Hunter's like, it's a Ward.
Mission half accomplished.
So Mac asks May for an opinion. He says he was looking over Andrew's evaluation of Lincoln, where he says that Lincoln was too affected by the recent events to be reliable enough to join the mission. May says they can't know if that's actually Andrew's evaluation or if it's Lash's. So Mac also shows May the GPS showing the castle where Ward and Hydra are holding Fitzsimmons, and informs her that Coulson told Ward that they're coming, but refused to call for backup. That feels dumb. Coulson! Mac feels too overwhelmed to make the decision to send someone in when they are so outgunned, outmanned, outnumbered, outplanned. Sorry.
Little Hamilton in there.
You had to. He said outgunned and outmanned, and I was like, it's right there. But May says he knows who to send in then. Meaning her, obviously. So, Malik has Simmons brought in to see them open the portal. She warns everyone that the thing on the other side will drive them mad if they go through. And she swears that she will never help them bring it back, no matter how much they hurt her. And that's when Ward brings Fitz in and says they plan to stop hurting her, because Fitz finally has his chance to give up the world for her like Ward always thought he would. Oh, Fitz.
Fitz.
Her reaction being just literally, oh, Fitz, was so, like, so much was said in just 2 words. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So Mac gathers up his dwindling team, including Lincoln and Joey, who he cleared for field duty. Daisy finally has her powered team.
The Secret Warriors!
Yeah!
Yay!
So Mac gives them the pep talk that they need to take on the bad guys, and they head out. Good job, Interim Director Mac.
Yay! Good job. So proud.
You did great. Morse tries to talk to Coulson about getting his emotions in check, because he's reminding her of Hunter when he first went after Ward. But Coulson says he's been keeping his feelings in check, and that's what's gotten them here, with Rosalind dead and Fitzsimmons in Ward's clutches. And right now, he's okay letting the anger drive him. I don't know if that's the best course of action, but I have been enjoying seeing Coulson emote again.
Yeah, go a little crazy.
Yeah. Throw that phone. So Malik finds Ward getting dressed. Thank you for the shirtless Brett Dalton moment, I guess. If we have to have Ward back in the episode. Okay. Ward getting dressed for when S.H.I.E.L.D. arrives. But Malik has other plans for Ward. He wants Ward to lead Hydra's soldiers through the portal and back. Ward declines, saying he knows enough to know when he's being manipulated, and he won't follow someone blindly again. But Malik says Ward is the best soldier that Hydra ever produced, and he wants to share his victory with him. So just kiss already. Like, and I love that Ward was like, I know when I'm being manipulated. And then Malik's like, oh, I'll just manipulate you some more. And he's like, oh, okay then.
Oh, okay.
I won't follow someone blindly again. But I want you to lead these other people while you're following me. And he's like, oh, you're right. All right.
It's like, I won't follow someone blindly, but you're the best. Oh my god, thank you.
What do you mean? Simmons finally gets a chance to talk to Fitz and beg him not to do this. He says that he can't just let her be killed. I'm not strong enough to live in a world without you. Ouch. So instead, she just tells him to come back, but don't bring that thing with him. He promises to only bring Will back.
Not me bawling my eyes out to this Fitzsimmons scene.
It was so good. So good. I love that Coulson can recognize Ward by heat signature alone.
That's true hatred.
Fucking
There's like a
damn.
fine line between hatred and love. And it's obsession.
Yes! Oh, man.
Everybody should just kiss Ward. And then maybe he'll change his ways.
If everybody just kisses him, then he's
like,
will
oh my
know
god,
love.
I feel the love. I'm ascending. Ah!
No, don't follow us blindly. Just kiss us, and then you're good. Honestly, I would love to see that. Just line up.
Someone write a fan fiction and send it to us.
Oh my god, that's so funny. So Malik wishes Ward luck like a father figure, of course, reminding him that he's making history. He says that the portal will open at a certain exit coordinate in exactly 12 hours. So then Ward makes Fitz jump through and then heads through himself. Coulson sees Ward's heat signature go through the portal and starts getting ready to jump out of the plane. Hunter tries to talk him out of it, but Coulson's not stopping, so Hunter starts to gear up too. Morse is too busy maneuvering away from the fucking missiles that Hydra is shooting at them to be able to stop them herself, and Hunter is too slow, obviously. We know this. He's too slow in every aspect. So Coulson jumps out of the plane and dives directly into the portal just before it closes. It reminded me of those cartoons where, like, somebody will jump off a high dive into, like, a glass of water.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like to me.
That was pure luck. He could have broken his fucking neck.
For real. But he didn't care. But because he followed his emotions and his instincts, he did it, and it was fine.
Mostly.
Anyway, so now it's time for the post-content content. I hate that Ward is in charge of Fitz's safety again.
Again.
And here's where I wanted to talk about it, because why do they even need Fitz now? Why did he have to go through? They have the exit time and the coordinates. So I don't understand what Hydra thinks Fitz is going to do for them on this other planet. Like, I don't understand why they need him still.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, okay. So that's all we're going to talk about.
Oh, sorry.
I've been like teasing it the whole episode, and then it's just like 3 sentences.
Well, no, I think maybe it's that, like, Fitz will make sure that they get back because he wants to get back to Simmons or something like that. Like, it's like keeping Fitzsimmons separated.
Okay. All right. You're right. That's probably what it is. You're such a devious brain. You know what they're talking. You know what they're thinking.
I've got evil in my brain. Pure evil.
Evil. Anyway, so then far enough away that they don't see him, although I think they hear him, Coulson comes tumbling through the portal and down a sand dune, stopping unconscious at the bottom. What a cliffhanger.
Hitting his head on a rock.
I know. He's fine. He's fine. He has to be.
When I first saw it, I was like, oh shit, Coulson's dead. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. What now?
Oh my god. One of my favorite things about watching a show that already has 6 seasons is that they're not gonna kill off the main character. They still got 6 seasons. So I feel safe. Even though I probably shouldn't.
How do you know this isn't like Game of Thrones?
Or it'll be like, it's really more like Supernatural at this one, because he already has died and they brought him back. So, What an episode. This was a really good one.
It was. It really, really was. Do you have any overall thoughts or guesses about what's going to happen in the next episode?
I swear to God, if they don't kill Ward. I am worried about Will. I'm like, I don't know, part of me feels like there's, like, he's not who we've been thinking he is, and I'm nervous about that now that they're back on this other planet. But also, maybe he can help kill Ward.
Yeah, maybe so.
Anyway, yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Well, that concludes our episode on Season 3, Episode 9, Closure.
Yeah.
Next week, we'll be covering Season 3, Episode 10, Maybeth. I told you that word would come back. So stay tuned for that.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Love you.